Quarterback of the league. Oh, what a catch by Jay Nathaniel. That touchdown, Hurricanes.
Junior take a shot deep. Open target. Got it. Herthurge from left to right. Sets off. Oh,
Down.
watch where he's going to step. He's going to go for it. It fell from the sky into Aaron Ike's hand.
Welcome to the Palmetto State in Clemson, South Carolina. It's home to Howard Rock and the Clemson Tigers. Tonight they take on the Pitt Panthers. Hello again, everyone. Alongside Tony Pitt. And Tony, this game has the potential to go right down to the wire. If there is one matchup we should all keep an eye on tonight, what is it?
Well, Nate, in speaking to the 80s of both teams before the game, both Pittsburgh and Clemson want to spread the ball around and push the ball downfield. Normally, I would say the matchup is between the wide receivers and defensive backs, but, you know, with the wind as it is tonight, the matchup might actually be the quarterbacks versus the wind.
That will be an interesting factor. We thought we were going to get some rain tonight. It looks like the rain has cleared out here in Clemson, South Carolina, so at least not a lot of precipitation to deal with. As you mentioned, the wind might be a factor. Pitt going to get the ball to start, and we'll see how Helix Myers in this offense decides to operate. They'll go on the ground. Rashad Black on the first carry, 2 yards, sets up a 2nd and 8.
Yeah, nice job getting Rashad Black involved early. Had 58 rush yards last week, looking to have another big game today.
So again, back under center goes Helix Myers. I formation. Black's going to get the call. Gets to the edge. Good blocking on that right side of the offense. He's going to get 8, but they mark him just short of the first down.
That's a bit of a tough spot there for Rashad Black. Dave Dawkins, the tight end, the lead blocker.
Good job getting the edge and setting up the running game here early. They go right back to it, and look at Rashad Black fighting forward for 11 yards and moving the chains for the Panthers.
That's a big pickup by Black on the ground there. Mikey Gold, the sophomore defensive end, making the tackle. His true love is baseball, but doing a good job on the football field.
Still doing a lot of hitting out here on the football field, and the hitting continues, and Chad Leahy comes in and gets a carry, but he goes backwards. Alex Torres with the stop.
Yeah, first tackle for loss on the night for Alex Torres. Had 6 tackles, 2 tackles for loss last week. Clemson Tigers are going to need him to be involved early to stop the run.
And it looks like Pitt is going to go run heavy here tonight. They're back under center, offset I, and they're coming near side. Black has the edge again, fighting forward, picking up 8. That sets up a 3rd and 4. Might be the first passing situation for the Panthers.
Yeah, that's a really good call, Nate. I agree. But they're living and dying by Rashad Black on this drive.
Well, they will throw it here on 3rd and 4, near side, complete. Jason Miller taps the toes, keeps him in bounds, and moves the chains.
That's the first career reception for Jason Miller. Congratulations to the freshman wide receiver.
Right back under center goes Myers, hands it off again to Lehu this time. He finds 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Jack Andrews had 4 tackles last week. The senior safety coming up to make the play there.
And these safeties might be key tonight for Clemson if Pitt continues to run the football like they are. Rashad Black on 2nd down. He's stopped after gain of 1. A bit of a longer 3rd down now to try and convert for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm probably going to see them go back to the passing game here. They had success last series.
So now we'll see 3rd down and 6. Going to take a shot down the seam, complete, fighting inside the 5 goes Darius Harris, a 32-yard pickup. It'll be 1st and goal, Pittsburgh.
Fantastic pass there from Myers to Darius Harris. He was the leading receiver last week in their loss, but this time had a fantastic connection right across the seam, setting them up in great field position to put this one into the end zone.
Yeah, Jason Miller, the sophomore. I see you there, Jason. We apologize. It might have been could have been the first catch of the season and right off wrong. We apologize. This is Lehu up the middle, trying to find the end zone. Picks up 2. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Yeah, fantastic little rush there. They're doing a good job of mixing up Black and Leahy. Jason Miller, that's on me. I do apologize for that one.
So now 2nd down and goal. Big set in here for Pittsburgh, and Black trying to find the edge, breaks off of a tackle and will get to the end zone. And the Panthers take the first drive of the game, march right downfield and put 6 on the board.
They do march right down the field, and that's a fantastic job of Black just putting the team on his back. Linebacker senior C.J. Orndorff, the West Virginia transfer, could not make the tackle to keep him out, but that's just a solid drive by Pittsburgh. Clemson's defense might be a little bit gassed. Hopefully their offense can march down the field just the same and get this one tied up.
Well, they went very run heavy on that drive, threw the ball twice on a 3rd and 4 and a 3rd and 6. The rest of that drive went to Rashad Black and Chad Lehu, and Black able to finish it off. So now Loki Gunderson in this Clemson offense, after the big special teams play right there by Pitt, a good job making that stop by Cristiano Valentine, sets Clemson up inside the 20. So now 1st and 10, ball on the 19. Gunderson complete over the middle, had 2 receivers in the same area. That's Reese Donahue, 10 yards just short of the 1st down.
Yeah, a bit of a tough spot there for Donahue, the Wisconsin transfer, senior tight end, getting involved. Nice to see Clemson. Hopefully, the Clemson fans want them to spread the ball all around to all of their receivers.
And they're going to go to the ground attack here, trying to get it outside on the toss. Duke Peterson couldn't catch the edge, and he's going to lose a couple. Jason Myers with the tackle.
Great tackle there from Jason Myers, flying or breaking that block. Another defensive lineman as well, flying through there. Yeah, great play there by Pitt's defense as well.
So now 3rd down and 2. Got to convert this if you're Clemson to hope to try and answer that touchdown from Pitt, and they will convert. Reese Donahue again, 6 yards, 2 catches here on this drive for 16 yards, and this one moves the chains.
Yeah, the favorite target so far of Loki Gunderson, doing a good job. Devin Rudisil, the sophomore linebacker, making the tackle.
Now 2 tight ends, both set as wing, and they're going to bring one to the near side. They're going to run that toss play again to Peterson. He breaks free from one tackle, can only get a yard after that. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
2nd and 9.
Ricky Vasquez did a good job of shedding the block from the wide receiver and stopping Peterson just enough for the rest of the teammates to stop him.
So under center, offset I. Gunderson time to throw, dumps it off underneath, complete and fighting for extra yards, breaking 3 tackles, and it's Bruce Roberson, 13 yards, a first down for Clemson, and this drive is starting to look pretty impressive.
Yeah, the freshman wide receiver doing a good job of just saying, get off of me, and moving the chains. Great play there.
Now they're going to bring a tight end in motion. They will throw it again, and taking a shot. Might have just been throwing that one away, or it might have been the wind playing some tricks with that football, but it's incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, probably just a bit of a coverage sack right there. Great job by the Pittsburgh defense, giving Gunderson no options.
So again, under center, offset I. Gunderson under some pressure and throws it off his back foot. It is complete to Namora, but he only gets a yard. That was a dangerous throw, but it'll be 3rd and long.
Yeah, very dangerous is right. Rudisell was coming on the blitz and almost got to Gunderson, but he found his favorite target in Namura right there.
And now 3rd and 9, going to set up the screen. Do they have the blocking in front? They do. They got the first down. Carl Foster, give him 12. Move the chains for Clemson.
Yeah, that's a great play there on the screen. Fantastic blocking from the offensive line to get out to the edge to set up that first down.
So now 1st and 10 from about the 40-yard line. Gunderson looking, taking a shot in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. And a nice play on the back end from that Pitt secondary.
Yeah, fantastic play is right. Great coverage. Looked like that ball might have been floated a little bit by Gunderson. If he puts a little bit more zip on that, that might have been caught.
So back to that 2 tight end wing set. Gunderson dumps it underneath, complete, fighting for extra yardage again. Reese Donahue, 8 yards, and these receivers from Clemson doing a great job with second effort and picking up the extra yardage.
Yeah, they absolutely are. You're right. Pittsburgh's having to fly around to the ball, making sure that they get 2 or 3 guys on everybody before they get taken down.
So 3rd and 2. We'll see what Clemson comes up with. They're going to go right up the middle, and Peterson picks up about 1 3/4 yards. They mark him just short, and Clemson's going to settle for a long field goal.
Fantastic stand there by Pittsburgh defense. I thought he definitely got the first down, but maybe this camera angle is making it a little bit susceptible to that. But fantastic field goal there by Johann Sebastian.
Yeah, that was about a 47-yard attempt with this wind. Not going to be easy to kick the football tonight, but Sebastian does a great job. And I'm with you. I thought Peterson actually got to the marker. They mark him just short. And there you see the wind again playing a factor. That one all the way to the back of the end zone. But Pitt with the ball again, coming back out after their first drive was a very dominant drive, especially on the ground.
It was. Yeah, definitely a fantastic drive offensively from Pittsburgh. Their defense stood up tall, again, limiting Clemson to a field goal. Let's see if this drive, if they continue to move on the ground with Black and Leahy.
Well, they've got the big formation in there again. 2 tight ends that go to Black. He cuts it all the way back across the formation, finds 4 yards before he is swarmed under by a whole herd of Tiger defenders.
Yeah, cut on a dime there, it seemed like. That was going to the left-hand side of that offensive line, and they just swung it all the way back around. Fantastic agility by Black there.
And again, right back under center, I formation. Black again fighting for extra yardage, and nobody wants to go down on first contact tonight on either side.
No, they don't. Maybe they think that the run game is going to have to be so crucial, or even those quick passes are so crucial because there's not going to be too many shots down the field.
Well, Pitt has definitely brought the ground game out tonight, and it has been working early. And Rashad Black, another one of those quick cuts, gets it right upfield, picks up 3, and moves the chains again.
Yeah, great drive here. Again, consistency on the ground. We've seen Alex Torres, the senior linebacker for Clemson, fly up from the safety position or linebacker position to pass 2 plays.
Black again right up the middle, and this Tiger defense is going to have to shore some things up the middle quickly. Rashad Black already 10 carries, 49 yards.
Yeah, really interesting. Talking to AD of Clemson, they wanted to stop the run and force them to be one-dimensional. Does not look like they're having success early.
And Pitt going to go right back to it. Leahy makes a cut, and now it's off to the races. A great diving tackle there to stop Leahy at only 15, but that could have been a lot worse.
That could have been a lot worse, is right. Mikey Gold coming up with a shoestring tackle, but the very clutch pancake by the tight end on that play really sprung that play to the 2nd and 3rd level.
And now Pitt in the shotgun. Haven't seen that a lot today. And Lehu again, back-to-back carries for him. He picks up 8. And Pitt, you mentioned it in the first drive, they're doing an outstanding job not only running the ball, but working both backs into the system tonight.
Yeah, they really are. Lehu only had 17 rush yards last game. This game already up to 26.
And now again, bringing a man in motion, setting up on the near side, going right back to Rashad Black. He shakes a couple of tackles. He finds a few yards there, moves the chains again, and Pittsburgh right back on a big drive.
Yeah, they're nearing 100 yards total rushing already, and it's just the first quarter.
Still just over a minute to go here in the first, and they are closing in on that 100-yard mark, as you said, as a team. That's not going to help their cause. Rashad Black gets dropped in the backfield, Bubba Hendricks, and that's a loss of 2.
Yeah, Bubba Hendricks shed that block of the center right away in the backfield immediately and causes the tackle for loss. That's probably what this Clemson defense needed to see, one of the backs go down in the backfield.
Now Myers is going to throw the football here on 2nd and 13, throws it away. So a big play there because it sets up a 3rd and very long, a chance for Clemson's defense to get off the field.
Yeah, a bit surprised we saw Myers drop back on that one. They've been having a lot of success running and only throwing it on 3rd down. First throw on not 3rd down.
Well, they're going to throw it on 3rd down here. Meyer dancing around, finally gets rid of it, and it's knocked down by Kyle Woods. That was a dangerous throw, threw it into traffic.
Very dangerous, though lucky that wasn't intercepted. Kyle Woods was the leading tackler last week.
And this will be a 45-yard field goal into this stiff wind, so we will see what Preston Rood can do. It's up, and he missed it. Had the distance, so he was able to fight the wind, but couldn't quite sneak it between the pipes as that one misses to the offense's left. So a tough break there for Pitt after a good drive.
Yeah, very tough break is right. Nice stand by the Clemson D. Rood is now 1 for 3 on his career.
Going to go to the screen play here on 1st down, and again trying to get some blocks set up. And Peterson breaks a tackle, but couldn't quite stay in bounds. He'll pick up 2.
Yeah, you know what they tell cornerbacks and safeties that aren't maybe the biggest trying to stop running backs to get them out of bounds even if you don't bring them down, and that's exactly what he did.
So 2nd down and 8, 30 seconds now to play, first quarter. Clemson out of the shotgun. Gunderson going to take a shot and into double coverage and overthrew everybody. We'll say the wind kind of carried that one on him.
Yeah, I think you're right. That was definitely the wind getting involved. A bit of a dangerous pass immediately, but they were taking the shot downfield. That's what they wanted to do.
3rd and 8 dumped underneath, and Patterson had room, couldn't keep his feet in bounds. Otherwise, I think he picks up the 1st down.
I think he does pick up that 1st down. Gunderson's got to give his receiver more time to get upfield, got to get the ball to him quicker so he can turn upfield and make a play, but you can't lead him out of bounds.
So as we wrap up the first quarter here with this punt over on Twitch, Notre Dame has a lead over UNC with about 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's 7-0 in South Bend. UNC with the ball on their own 40-yard line. Here we've got a 7-3 ball game, last play of the first quarter. They're going to go right up the middle of Rashad Black. He breaks a tackle. Give him 6 as he's drugged down. That'll be the way the first quarter comes to a close. It's 7-3 Pitt. Come on back. You're watching the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports right here on YouTube. Back inside Memorial Stadium, Pitt with the ball and a 4-point lead. 2nd down coming up for the Panthers, and again right back up the middle. Rashad Black finds 3 before he is finally rudely dropped to the turf by Woods.
Yeah, Woods got him in the backfield there. Fantastic play. Had the quick deflection to prevent the 1st down last drive and force the missed field goal, and they're getting the tackle.
3rd and 2 for Pitt, right where they want to be. They can run it or they can throw it here. Clemson's got to be ready for either. They go up the middle with Black, and he fights forward, picks up only a yard. Good job by that Clemson defense this time, making sure that he doesn't get to the marker.
Yeah, exactly. That defensive end really pushed that right offensive tackle into the backfield, caused Black to run right into him and affected the play from the beginning. Even though he didn't come up with the tackle, it definitely affected that one. Good stand by Clemson's D. Both defenses have kind of come to play after that first series. Both offenses moved down the field quickly and consistently, but now the defenses have really come to play.
Well, we'll see if Clemson can get another drive going. They were able to finish one with a field goal. They'd love to put 6 on the board. They're going to go up the middle, try and get their ground game going with Duke Peterson here. He pinballs off a couple defenders and picks up 5.
Yeah, Peterson, the 25th overall recruit, had a big game last week, 78 yards on the ground and 60 in the air. Hasn't been as big a factor here so far.
Clemson played from behind last week. They're doing it again here early against Pittsburgh. They're going to run the ball, a little speed option, and Loki Gunderson, he also pinballs off some defenders, so there's going to have to be some tackling that gets shored up over here. That's good for a first down.
I think he was crawling on top of a defender to make sure he got that first down. Good individual effort.
Great job to move the chains by Loki Gunderson. Now they're going to set up offset eye after the motion. And that ball came out. And Duke Peterson, I believe, got his own fumble back as it came loose in a crowd. And Clemson gets a break there.
Yeah, very lucky there. Cristiano Valentine, the freshman safety, coming up to make that play. Fantastic job of getting that forced fumble. Bit unlucky they couldn't get it back inside that scrum. But Clemson very lucky here to have it only be 2nd and 9.
The 2nd down and 9, as you mentioned. Now they're going to go quick throw outside. There was some off coverage over there, and Roberson takes advantage, gets 5 yards, and makes this a manageable 3rd down.
Yeah, that's a good find by Gunderson. Saw that off coverage and just quick throw out there. Couldn't break a tackle, though. Mekhi Vasquez made the tackle.
So now going to bring motion to the bottom of the screen. That puts 3 receivers down here near side. They're going to go screen to the far side, and Duke Peterson has absolutely no room. That Pitt defense was all over that one, and it was Patrick McCary that makes the play.
Bit surprised, though, that they actually went to that. Gunderson had so much time. I think there were only 2 people that were rushing. The quarterback might have had a better opportunity to look downfield to find somebody or even run out of the pocket, but still settled to go for the screen, even though it kind of looked like it wasn't going to work from the beginning.
It's one of those plays that when it works well, but most of the time the defenses in the CFSL are too quick up front and you don't really have enough room to operate. Kaz Allen had some room there, picks up 16 on that return. And Pitt, again, they've run the ball successfully. They have a fairly short field here, ball in their own 41. We'll see how that rushing attack holds up here on this drive. They got an offset eye. They're going to slide their fullback across the formation. They're going to go with a little stretch play to the top of the screen. And Rashad Black once again finds 8 yards on first down, up to 73 yards already on the night.
Huge day for both Black and Lehue. Dave Dawkins again coming out of the backfield and getting a pancake block.
I formation right up the gut. Once again, Rashad Black, 5 more yards. And right now, Pittsburgh is dominating the line of scrimmage.
Yes, they are. They're absolutely dominating the line of scrimmage. I'm a bit surprised. Normally in the CFSL in rushing attacks, you see the quarterback get involved with the read option, but Helix Myers has no rushing yards this year.
So 3 wide receivers set, 2 to the top of the screen, also a tight end set up over there. 1 man in the backfield, and they go right to him on the draw play. It's Rashad Black, and that finds 4 yards again. Everything Pittsburgh is doing on the ground right now is working.
Yeah, not only is the offensive line dominating, but both Black and Lehue are doing a good job of following their lead blockers as well.
Another draw play, fighting for yards, and not going down on first contact is Rashad Black. That play was blown up in the backfield. He still got 3 yards out of it.
Yes, he did. Alex Torres, was in the backfield. I think had 2 chances to bring him down. Was running alongside him for a little bit, but good job by Black.
3rd down and 3. They'll throw for it here. Time to throw. Complete over the middle. Xavier Holmes, he had a big play a week ago. Gets 7 yards here and moves the chains for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, first reception of the night. Had 3 last week for 54 yards and a touchdown, like you mentioned. Nice job to see Myers getting the ball out as well.
Now right back under center, offset eye, bringing the fullback in motion. And again, stretch play to the right. And Rashad Black fighting through a couple of arm tackles and picks up 2.
Much better job by the Clemson defense of flowing to the football there on that right-hand side of the offense.
And again, tight end in tight. Going to go right up the middle with Rashad Black. And again, not going down on first contact. Clemson has not been able to get to him with 1 guy. And he's got 93 yards now already in the first half.
Fantastic performance so far by Black. Bubba Hendricks in there to make that tackle along with 4 or 5 other Clemson Tigers.
Again, 3rd and short, 3rd and 2 to go, and it's Lehu this time coming in and spelling Black, and he finds 6 yards. It doesn't matter which Pittsburgh running back is in the backfield. They're picking up yardage in chunks.
Yes, they are. Normally you have a bit of a lightning and thunder combination and 2 running back systems, but they're doing a good job of powering through both Black and Lehu.
And there's Lehu again, and he's trying to bounce it to the outside, but this time the Clemson defense comes up with a play. Kyle Woods in the backfield drops him for a loss of 3.
That's his first tackle for loss on the season. Had the pass deflection earlier. Kyle Woods is all over the field.
And that is a huge play, trying to slow down the Panther offense here in the red zone. But again, right back up the middle of the Black, and again, Clemson's defense is able to stand tall, and this time dropping him right around the line of scrimmage.
Bubba Hendricks again in the backfield making a play. He's doing a good job getting off that block from the offensive center.
Now 3rd down and 12. It's a 3rd and long that the Panthers don't want to be in. But as this is complete, fighting for extra yardage as Jason Miller only gets half of it. So it looks like Clemson has done a great job bending but not breaking and forcing a field goal here.
Bending and not breaking is right, Nate. Yeah, both defenses have really stepped up. A lot of punts, a lot of field goals. You know, Pittsburgh missed that field goal earlier, but this time they send it through the uprights.
And Preston Rood is able to put it between the pipes, extend this Pittsburgh lead. It's 10-3 now. Clemson getting the ball back, needs to put a drive together here. And is it going to be their running game that steps up, or do you think Loki Gunderson can get this passing attack rolling?
Well, they're throwing into the wind now. So, you know, we saw Gunderson have a little bit of overthrows earlier. He might have more success this time.
And blitz coming, and they almost get home. And a good job dumping this off to Donahue, and he picks up 10, moved the chains on the first play of the drive.
Favorite target so far for Gunderson has been Donahue. Nice job of finding where the chains are, sitting down and catching the football.
3 receivers top of the screen, out of the shotgun, a little counter action, and Peterson is able to pick up 6 yards on his carry.
Yeah, looked like Jason Myers and Cass Allen on the tackle there. Nice job of flying up and meeting him and preventing him from getting any more than 6.
Well, that's a great run on first down. Sets your offense up in a good position. Read option look, and Gunderson cannot get away. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Octavian Davis.
Nice play by the Cocoa, Florida native, the freshman cornerback, Octavian Davis, flying up from that corner position and not letting him get outside. And even though with the stiff arm, still brought him down.
Clemson looking to convert on a 3rd down and try and keep this drive alive. 3rd down and 5 complete, working his way out near midfield, knocked down at about the 48-yard line as Maliko Nomura, his 2nd catch of the night. This one moves the chains.
Last week, Nomura was 4th in the CFSL for reception yards per game. The Wisconsin transfer not having as much success here early.
Bunched to the bottom of the screen, they toss it that way. Peterson's going to get a yard out near midfield. It'll be 2nd and 9, and Clemson calls their first time out.
Jason Porter doing a good job of tackling him there, only for a gain of 1.
Now I formation, receiver coming in motion. They fake the reverse, and they give it to Peterson up the middle. He's got 2 across midfield. We're now inside 2 minutes to go, first half.
Julio Fernandez, the freshman linebacker, in there to stop him quickly, forces the 3rd and 7 here.
Well, they just converted a 3rd and 5. Can they move the chains again? And under pressure is Gunderson, and he goes down. Pittsburgh with a big sack, and they are going to get the ball back after using their timeout.
Devin Rudisell, the sophomore linebacker, flying up on the blitz to make that play. Great job of containing Gunderson and not letting him get the ball out. Gunderson just had no time. The coverage was too good as well on his receivers. Just had to take the sack.
And while we got a second, a quick update over on Twitch. Notre Dame with a touchdown lead, and they just intercepted UNC as UNC was driving. So Notre Dame up 14-7, about 4.5 to go first half over there. 1.5 to go first half here in Clemson. Pitt with the football under pressure as Myers. He dodges 1, but can't get away from the other 2 Clemson defenders, and he's going to lose 8 on that play. Mikey Gold with the sack.
Yeah, great persistent effort there. CJ Orndorff on the blitz does just enough to cause Myers to have to vacate the pocket. And yes, exactly, Mikey Gold doing enough to tackle him and bring him down there.
So with that sack, we'll see if that changes the way Pittsburgh calls the rest of this drive. Do they go conservative and run the football? They won't. They'll swing it underneath complete, turning it upfield, and plenty of room to work. Darius Harris gets 17 and then is knocked out of bounds. So they save a timeout, they save a little bit of time, and they set themselves up for a manageable third down.
Yeah, you'd think that they want to get into field goal range here. Clemson will get the ball after half, so they don't need a touchdown here, but they definitely want to put points on the board.
They're going to go 3 wide receiver set and run it right up the middle with Rashad Black, and he tumbles forward, picks up the first down, 1:05 to go now, first half.
Saw 2 or 3 spin moves there by Rashad Black, refusing to go down, picked up the first down there.
And there you saw the play calling for Pitt, very run heavy, 31 runs. Now you can make it 32, and Myers downfield on the scramble. They'll call their second timeout. That going down to about the 37-yard line.
What a shifty move by Myers. Those are his first rushing yards in the season.
And now 1st and 10 under center. He's going to try and take off again, and this time no luck, and Clemson, Cooper Stout able to make the sack.
Great play by the defensive end, Cooper Stout, the freshman.
And Pitt now going to hurry to the line. 3 receivers set again. And once again, Myers going to try and get away. He's dancing, but I think he's a little bit gassed after the last couple of plays.
I think he is. He had a lot of room to go straight north and south, but instead just kept dancing like you said.
So now 3rd and 16. They do have a timeout. They're going to go right down the seam, complete first down yardage. So now they'll be able to get up to the line and spike the ball. Jason Miller for a gain of 19.
Having a big game so far is Jason Miller. Good find.
Now they're not going to spike it here, and you can tell everybody on this Pitt offense is gasping for air, looking to make a big play. And Myers going to take off again and tumbles down, and they will call their last timeout with 5 seconds left and set up the field goal attempt.
Yeah, great drive by the Pittsburgh offense here, getting them in field goal range before halftime.
And it's missed again. So Preston Root is 1 for 3 on the night. He's missed a couple now, and that one a makeable field goal even with the wind that we've seen tonight. And it looks like Clemson is going to be content going to the locker room down 7. There's the Duke Peterson run back to the line of scrimmage. That will do it for the first half. Pittsburgh on the road, and the number 20 team in the country here, 10-3 over Clemson. Clemson had the big come-from-behind win a week ago. They're going to need to put something together here again in the second half, Tony.
Yes, they absolutely are. Very disappointing if you're a Pittsburgh fan there to see the offense march down the field, doing a good job of utilizing the passing game. We haven't really seen them go to the pass so far, but Myers did a good job finding his receivers, had some off coverage that he was able to exploit, and, utilized his ground game as well, which we hadn't seen so far. That was really impressive on this big run right here on your screen. But another missed field goal has been, the curse of Pittsburgh. They could be up 16-3 at this point.
So as we see some of the highlights rolling across the screen, it's been a lot of defense, and it's been a lot of Rashad Black and Chad Leahu running the football. And there you see 138 rushing yards in the first half for Pitt, nearly doubling up Clemson as well in time of possession. That could be big as we go on. We could see this Clemson defense wear down. If you're Clemson, though, Tony, how do you get things right here in the second half and get yourself back into this ballgame?
Well, Pittsburgh's defense is doing a very good job of limiting Loki Gunderson and getting pressure on him early. The offensive line needs to step up, maybe keep the running back Peterson in to help block as well, to free up that elite receiving core that Clemson has.
And Nasir Cooper, 21 yards on the return, but just barely out to the 20-yard line. And here we go. It is Loki Gunderson, Duke Peterson, and the rest of this offense that's going to start things out in the second half. Down only a touchdown. You mentioned it. It could be a little bit worse. Pitt has left some points on the or off the board. And Clemson trying to get back into this game. This one thrown away. Great coverage downfield by the Panthers secondary.
Yeah, great coverage is right. That's exactly what I said they needed to do. They kept Peterson in the backfield to help block, but the coverage was just too good down the field.
Heavy set, 2 tight ends and a fullback in. They go right up the middle, and Peterson fighting forward, not going down on first contact, picks up 5, sets up a 3rd and 5.
You can see how kind of desperate they are for rushing yards, only averaging 2 a carry.
Well, they're going to need to pick up 5 here on 3rd down to keep it going complete. But Peterson's not going to be able to shake enough tackles to get to the sticks. And as Ryan Moreland loves to say it, you throw it short, Tony, you usually stay short. And they don't pick up the 1st down there. And this is a drive that they would have really loved to come out and put points on the board for.
You definitely think that they, almost had to. That's a bit demoralizing. Probably drew up a game plan in the locker room, coming out into the half with their first series. But who are we to argue with Ryan, Nate? He's normally right, and on this instance, he was again.
He certainly was, and now Pitt coming out here. Great field position, ball on their own 45-yard line, and the way they've been running the football, they can make short use of this short field, but Rashad Black can't get to the edge this time. Great job by Kyle Woods once again, swarming over there to make a tackle.
Had 9 tackles last week, already has 7 and a pass deflection. Kyle Woods is all over the field. He's going to have to continue to be if Clemson wants to stay in it.
Offset eye again, and they're going to slide the fullback across the formation, and they're going to go with that little buck sweep, and not much doing this time. Rashad Black fights forward, gets 3 before he's drugged down, sets up a longer 3rd down, I think, than Pittsburgh really wants to be in.
You're absolutely right. 3rd and 7 is not where they want to be. They've converted on a couple passes, but they do like to run the ball.
But they are 8 of 11 on 3rd down, make them 9 out of 12. As that is a huge play to Nick Curry. He goes up and makes a big catch. Good for 28, his first catch of the night.
A bit of a mossing on that catch in double coverage. Great job high pointing the football. Only had 20 yards receiving last game. Already has 28 on that one reception here.
And we're watching a game where Pittsburgh's offense is really doing exactly what they want to do. They're controlling things on the ground and not forcing Helix Myers to lead them through the air all night long to get Chad Leahy involved again. 8 carries, 35 yards for the backup running back.
This pro-style offense is not really something we see or are accustomed to. Florida State normally is the only team that does it, but Pitt's having a lot of success.
They have certainly found something working for them tonight. And Rashad Black, 2 yards on that carry, sets up a short 3rd and 2 as he cracks the 100-yard mark.
Yes, he does. And Mikey Gold with his 6th tackle on the game. Only had 1 last week, all over the field here.
He's certainly become key to this Clemson defense. And another stop right around the line of scrimmage. Well, they give him 2. He falls forward, but he's still a yard short of the 1st down. And special teams out here for Pitt, it's been a little bit of an adventure for him tonight.
Very dicey so far. 1 for 3. Now they're kicking back into the wind. This could be dangerous.
This one only a 32-yard attempt. The couple he's missed, I believe, have been a bit longer. And this time, Rude puts it right between the pipes where he wants it, and it's 13-3. So now Clemson, who had a chance to tie things up coming out of the break, now down 2 scores. And a pretty decent return here from Cooper as he breaks a couple of tackles. And Tony, the way this thing is going, the way the defenses are controlling things, and Pitt's running the ball, this feels like a must-score drive for Clemson.
Yes, I agree. It is must score. Not a lot of success on the ground or the air. The coverage has been great.
Well, they do find some success on a 1st down carry from Duke Peterson here. 4 yards straight up the middle, sets up a 2nd and 6.
Nice job following the offensive lineman. Pittsburgh has been controlling the offensive and defensive line of scrimmage, but good job there. Good push.
So 2nd down and 6. They'll go back to the air. Gunderson has a wide open receiver. Good job from Nomura, just sitting down in the zone there and presenting his numbers, and it allows his quarterback to put it right on him.
Looked like Gunderson was watching him the entire way. Must have seen it was zone coverage from the beginning and knew Monroe would just find his spot right there inside about that 10-15 yard range. Great find by Gunderson.
One of Gunderson's probably better throws and most accurate throws so far tonight. That one right on the number, and does it again. A good throw, good comeback route by Nomura. Picks up 7 this time. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Normally, you don't really like to see receivers come back that much on a football, but it could have been dangerous. That might have been intercepted if he didn't, so nice job by the senior.
A good job getting back to that ball, getting his hands on it. And now Clemson trying to put a drive together. They move a tight end out and split him a little bit. And this one, a diving catch by Bruce Roberson, and then takes a hit for his trouble. Does a great job just holding on.
Yeah, that's a fantastic catch by Roberson in the air and gets hit as well. That's a fantastic individual effort.
And now play action. Gunderson had time, still throws it off his back foot, and this one's put on the turf, and Pitt's defense comes up with the first turnover of the game, and we'll see how late that ball came out. It was a big hit that jarred the ball loose, and a huge play for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Cristiano Valentine hit him. Oh, that ball's definitely
out. Yep.
And Octavian Davis with the fumble recovery as well. Peterson's got to hold on to the football there. That is, you cannot have that if you're Clemson.
And that was a drive that was going Clemson's way. It was what they needed. And then it ends in disaster for the Clemson Tigers. And now the Panthers back on it. Alex Torres there with the stop right at the line of scrimmage as Black couldn't quite get going that time.
That's the only turnover so far, but it's still been an ugly game with all the missed field goals, Nate.
Now, the offenses have played fairly clean, just not a lot of action, not a lot of big plays like we're used to seeing. Both defenses playing well. Rashad Black and the rest of this Panther offense really controlling things. That run, good for 5, sets up a 3rd and 5, and the Panthers are 9 out of 13. And this one's screenplay to Black, and he's got plenty of room to work inside the 40 after a huge stiff arm, and that's a 21-yard pickup.
Huge stiff arm is right number 67 there. Exactly. They highlight him, gets outside and makes a fantastic block on the safety and springs Black for a huge gain. There's that block right there. Nice job with the stiff arm as well before Mikey Gold brings him down. Fantastic play by Pitt. Clemson has to tighten up their defense. They can't allow points on this drive.
And someone in the secondary does not want to see a big offensive lineman running at him like that in the open field. And this is Lehu coming in again to spell Rashad Black. He picks up 6, 10 carries for Lehu, 43 yards.
Both running backs doing a good job of getting quickly to the outside edge.
That stretch play has worked well for Pitt today. Not quite this time as Lehu gets dropped in the backfield. It's C.J. Orndorff, his second tackle, first for a loss.
We've seen Orndorff influence a lot of plays, been in the backfield a lot, but, maybe not the most sure tackler, but keeping Clemson in it.
And T.D. Sav asking if Black got injured. No, they've done a great job, as here you see Rashad Black once again picking his way forward, finds 10 yards. They've done a great job of the Panthers of mixing in both running backs tonight.
They have, yes, absolutely. The offensive line has been doing fantastic as well, getting a great push.
And now again sliding that fullback across. There goes Black again on that stretch play, breaking one in the backfield and picking up 4 yards. It's always been the second or third Clemson defender that is finally able to make the tackle.
Yes, it is Jack Andrews there coming up with the tackle. But you're right, Nate. One defender is not enough to bring down either running back.
And again, they're going to go right to that same look. They pull the guard. He gets a great block. And Chad Lehu is the beneficiary. He's got 12. He's inside the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal Panthers.
Panthers are doing a great job moving down the field on the back of their running game. They've done it all game. No different here. Clemson's front 6 have to be tired.
And they're going to go right back up the middle. It's Rashad Black this time, and he is pounded down at the line of scrimmage. Gavin Manning comes up and makes a big hit.
The Georgia transfer, the junior safety, Gavin Manning, making a great play containing the rushing attack there.
I formation, and again, they're going to go to Lehu, and he's going to break one and can't quite get away from the second. It's C.J. Orndorff, his second tackle for loss on this drive.
Great play there as well. Kyle Woods getting into the backfield, couldn't quite bring him down, but a bit of a shoestring tackle, lunged for it to get the calves, was Orndorff, and Clemson's defense has to stand tall here. Put it in, maybe the kicker Rude is sweating a little bit, having to kick another field goal.
Well, they're going to go screenplay, and there's blocking in front. This is going to be a walk-in touchdown. Chad Lehu from 9 yards out, and the Panthers put another touchdown on the board.
Yeah, Lehu, fantastic job. And Helix Myers doing a good job not panicking, letting the offensive lineman get in position. Found Lehu, who could just walk into the end zone at that rate. Offensive linemen don't get a lot of love, in any league of college football, but that's definitely on them for that touchdown right there.
And TD Sav in chat asked, rushing attempts in a game record. I don't know that we have it for a team. I know Pitt right now is all over the ground attack, but they've done, as I've said, such a great job using both runners in this ball game. I believe Lehu has 10 or 11 carries, and he's the backup, and that's very rare to see. And right now, Clemson, it's been rare to see them drive downfield. But, Tony, I think, again, we said it earlier, it was a must-score drive, and if it wasn't then, it certainly is now.
Yes, it certainly is. But they had a lot of success last drive passing the football. That costly fumble really hurt them.
We'll see if we can hold. They'll see if they can hold on to it this drive. And Johnny Patterson gets the drive started with a 6-yard reception.
Yeah, great job by Patterson there. Exactly. Quick response to TD Sapp. The Pittsburgh record is 30 rushing attempts in a game, and the CFSL record is 45.
And this one complete, and finally he was on his way up, and his knee must have hit. Reese Donahue, another reception, 5 for him. That moves the chains.
Almost a little Michael Dyer, Auburn, Oregon moment there.
Well, you're going back in time a little bit for that one. I like that. This one over to Nasir Cooper, 4 yards. He's able to keep the foot in bounds. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, Nate, in real life, I'm an Oregon fan, and so, in reality, Michael Dyer should have been called down, and he wasn't, but so that one lives in infamy in my head.
Well, I feel you there. As a West Virginia fan in real life, we've had some things go the wrong way a few times as well. Bruce Robertson, a good catch there, sets up now a 1st down for Clemson. Jason Porter, his 5th tackle on that play, and Clemson right back to the line of scrimmage, looking to put some points on the board. Wide receiver screen, and that's going nowhere. There was absolutely no blocking in front of Robertson.
No, there was not. Exactly. Mekhi Vasquez coming up with the tackle. It wasn't great or was great coverage, kind of a press man situation, and was just able to bring him down immediately. Clemson has been moving the football on this drive as well, utilizing those short passes. They had success finding receivers at about the 10-15 yard line on the seam. So maybe look for that here on 2nd and 11.
We're going to spread them out a little bit and go with a draw play. And Peterson finds a yard, and that's it. It's been tough sledding for Peterson as Jason Porter makes his 6th tackle on the night.
Only had 4 last week and 6 here. Great job by Porter, the freshman linebacker, coming up and attacking the line of scrimmage.
So 3rd down and 12. Bunch set top of the screen for Clemson. Looking down the seam, and right where you called it, a couple plays later, they find the seam, and Clemson and Bruce Robertson able to move the sticks this time.
I can't believe it. I actually called something right, Nate. It's unbelievable. Very rarely do CFSL broadcasters get it right. But there we go. Clemson, again, consistently moving down the field. Have to limit the turnovers and have to get into the end zone. They haven't so far. Pittsburgh's doing a good job of bending and not breaking, but they have to get it in.
Usually we were the curse, as they like to say. That time you were able to be a little bit more Nostradamus-like, and Duke Peterson can't get to the edge. He loses a yard. Octavian Davis with the tackle.
Yeah, great job flying up, breaking that block, and making the play. Pittsburgh defense is flying around. They don't want to give up a touchdown here. Want to keep their lead and just get the ball back in Black and Leahy's hands.
Closing in on the end of the 3rd quarter here. And another little speed option. They get it to the outside again to Peterson. But again, he goes down, and that's going to be the way the 3rd quarter comes to an end. Pittsburgh up 17 and in control. You're watching the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports right here on YouTube. We've got the 4s going up in chat. We love to see it. And Clemson coming out here to start the 4th quarter on a 3rd down and long. Going to go screen play, trying to set up the blocking, and it was there for a minute, but Pitt does a great job swarming. Peterson gets 9, 4th and 2, and they got to go for it.
Love this call. Have to go for it here, Nate.
Down 17. They do need a field goal at some point, but putting some confidence in your offense and in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, it would have been a 1st down. That's just kind of the way it's gone tonight for Clemson.
Yeah, Jack Haley, the junior tight end LSU transfer, has it in his hands right at about 3 or 4 yards. Definitely 1st down worthy, but the drop, you cannot have that drop. Such an inopportune time. Clemson has been getting very unlucky here to get them out of this ball game.
And this one dumped underneath, complete. And Pitt starting to move themselves again quickly. Jason Miller, a catch, good for 5.
I saw Jason Miller in chat earlier said there are a lot of Jasons on their team. That is correct. I think there's 3 or 4.
They like to make it tough for the broadcasters and the stat crew with things like that. Pitt doing a good job getting this drive going through the air. Nick Curry, his second catch. This one good for 7 and a first down.
Had the big catch earlier for about 25, picked up another 7 there, and good job getting Curry involved.
3 receivers bunched tight to this formation on the bottom of the screen. And going downfield is Meyer, and a huge hit on Jason Miller, but he holds on to it. KJ Speed ran right through him, but he does a great job holding on for the first down.
Yes, he did. Exactly. That one might be on the quarterback, Helix Myers there, maybe getting his receiver a little bit more time before the defensive back flies up speed. But a great job to hold on to that football across the 50-yard line here.
3 receivers set out of the shotgun. They go draw to Rashad Black, and he's going to lose a couple on this carry. And again, Clemson's starting to figure some things out in the running game from time to time. And that draw play, we saw it work a couple times earlier, not so much lately.
We have seen it work a few times. You're right. Clemson's doing a much better job of attacking the football. That's one of the first times that the first contact brought down Black.
Now, big formation here, 2 tight ends and a fullback. Doesn't make much difference this time. Chad Leahu goes down. Gavin Manning in the backfield with the tackle. That's another loss up 2.
Fantastic play. Clemson's defense is really not messing around on this drive. 3rd and very long. Putting the ball in Helix Myers' hands. Got to throw it.
And someone's looking for a broadcaster curse, wanting us to speak something into existence. I'm going to try and stay out of that realm because I'm the West Virginia AD. Someone will think that I did it on purpose. But this one in and out of the hands of the receiver. 4th and 15. Pitt going to have to punt it away. And Clemson going to get the football back. 7.5 to go. And they need 3 scores. So this is getting tight.
Yes, very tight is right. And you know what, Nate, you brought up that someone that might think you were doing it on purpose. That someone would have been me.
And probably Jay Bass, AD of Pitt. He knows how I feel in real life, but I would never do that to him here. As Dante Scott makes a big play in the backfield, and Clemson's offense just really has not been able to get rolling here tonight.
No, it has not. The Oklahoma State transfer, Dante Scott, senior defensive end, comes off the edge. Really first time we've called his name tonight. Good job of getting into the backfield and containing Gunderson. Got to get the ball out of his hand quicker.
So now 2nd down and 17. Pitt coming with only 4-man rush there. They drop 7, and Gunderson still can't find anybody. Scrambles, gets a yard, but it's going to set up a long 3rd and 16 as Devin Rudisell with the sack there.
Rudisell's flying all over the field here. Quick update on the Twitch game. Notre Dame is winning 21-14 with about 3 minutes left, but North Carolina is in the red zone.
Clemson at 3rd and 16 here with 6:42 and counting in this ball game. Taking a shot downfield and a little bit more air under that ball, and it might have been 6, but Myers able to knock that one away.
Gunderson has really struggling in the wind tonight. That one into the wind, and it was underthrown while he had his receiver. Earlier in the game, we saw the overthrow with the wind at his back. Oh, muff punt, but Pittsburgh's going to be in great field position.
And again, I think the wind on the last 2 plays, this punt and then the throw really played a factor as Pitt gets great field position off the short punt. But as you said, throwing into that 10-mile-an-hour wind is not an easy task. He tried to put it on a line to help compensate for it, and it might have cost him 6 points. Would have been the big play Clemson needed. And now they've got to get one from their defense. And again, Rashad Black off the left side, picking his way forward for 3.
Alex Torres again coming up in the backfield to make that play. 7 tackles, 3 tackles for loss on the night.
A lot of Clemson linebackers and defensive linemen making some big plays around the line of scrimmage. But they've just been worn out from this Pitt rushing attack as Rashad Black, another 3 yards, 124 on the night.
Mikey Gold is 8th tackle. You're absolutely right, though, Nate. The offensive line of Pittsburgh is just mauling that defensive front.
12 out of 17 on 3rd down, make them 13 for 18 as Chad Leahu needed 4, finds 5. He's up to 56 yards rushing tonight.
The Nebraska transfer, Jonathan Ramirez, with his fifth tackle. Haven't really called his name so much yet tonight, but having a very impressive ball game still.
Another quick update on Twitch. 2 minutes to go, third quarter. UNC was able to convert inside the red zone, scored a touchdown, and tied that game up at 21. And CJ Orndorff, his third tackle in the backfield, as he's able to drop Lehu for a loss of 2.
Great job getting off of that block and making a play.
Now 2nd down and 12. Pitt was going to go to the air, and Myers has other ideas. He's able to scramble for 9. Probably should have slid down there, saved himself a hit, especially in a 17-point ball game. But again, a big scramble sets up a 3rd and short.
Yeah, great run there, actually, by Myers. But yes, definitely should have slid. Kyle Woods up to 13 tackles. You definitely think that that number might be inflated a little bit based on how much Pittsburgh has been running the ball.
Well, 3rd and 3 again, drop back to pass, and then Myers going to scramble, and he's going to find the end zone. Helix Myers from 17 yards out puts Pittsburgh on top 26-3, and with the extra point coming up at 27-3, 24-point game kind of feels out of reach at this point.
I think you're right. It definitely is probably out of reach. That is the dagger. Helix Myers has been the underrated rushing threat this game. A lot of it has only been on dropbacks and quarterback scrambles, and he's tucked it. But, they haven't kept the quarterback spy in the backfield for him. They weren't expecting him to rush the football, and he's taken advantage of it.
Yeah, it has not been designed runs for Helix Myers tonight. It has been all on scrambles, as you said, and he did it on the last 2 plays of this drive. And here you see the defensive stats for both teams. Both teams doing a decent job trying to put pressure on the quarterback. It's been the turnover, and then again, just Clemson unable to really find a rhythm. Everything they've tried to do, Pittsburgh has had an answer for. And throwing on 1st down, complete. Good job coming back to the ball is Nomura and getting his hands underneath it, and that's good for a 1st down.
Yeah, great play by the senior Nomura. That ball was definitely underthrown, but that's what you have a talented receiver right there to make that play.
And there you see Clemson 12 1st downs, 19 for Pitt. So it's not like they haven't moved the ball. I just haven't been able to do it consistently. And then you've got plays like that as Patrick McCrary into the backfield in a hurry has a big sack on Loki Gunderson. It'll be 2nd and 19.
Breaks the double team there. The safety coming on a blitz looks like a defensive end with that build, but great job of taking down Gunderson. Gunderson cannot take that sack there, just using more clock.
Yeah, McCrary, a great job fighting through the double team, as you said. And now Clemson trying to get it back, and they're able to get the sack yardage back. That's a 9-yard gain for Nasir Cooper, only his 2nd catch on the night.
That's a good job by Gunderson of recognizing you didn't need all of it on that one play. You have 3 plays. It's obviously 4 down territory and time. Good job of Cooper finding that football or making that catch and getting it back to 3rd and 10.
4 of 11. If there was a stat that stands out tonight, it has been both teams' 3rd down conversion rate. Pitt is 13 of 19, 4 out of now 12 for Clemson. That's been where this game has swung in Pitt's favor. And again, they're going to have to go for it on 4th down here.
Yeah, Gunderson 26 for 33. Hasn't been doing that bad, but it's those longer throws he's really been missing.
And some of that you can factor into the win. Some of that you factor in to this Pitt defense locking things down. They're going to try and go screenplay, and that's just not going to work. McCrary, the defensive tackle, runs it down, and it's a loss of yardage on the play and a turnover on downs. Once again, something going Pitt's way here tonight.
Yes, it is. Exactly. I think that the backbreaker really was that fumble deep in Pitt territory. Pitt was able to march down the field and put points on the board. Ever since then, Clemson has really been struggling, and the Pittsburgh defense has been doing fantastic.
Now I formation, 350 and counting. Rashad Black and fighting forward, and he was able to drag a defender with him for 4 yards. Sets up a 2nd and 6.
That's a lot of effort on that. Gavin Manning was being dragged by Black.
4 wide receivers. They're going to read option. So one of the few design quarterback runs here for Helix Myers. He loses 3 yards. CJ Orndorff, 5 tackles, 4 in the backfield.
I think that's only the second designed run. I think it was a quarterback draw earlier, and there with the read option. Maybe that's why Helix Myers isn't known as much as a runner.
So 3rd down and 10. There you saw 14 of 19. And looking to convert here. 3 minutes and 10 seconds now and counting as Pitt runs things down. And while they're doing that, Rashad Black does have the school record for rushes in a game, and he's 15 yards away from his career high. And he's done an outstanding job tonight fighting through tackler after tackler. It's taken more than one to bring him down all night long. So Pitt finally snaps it with a couple on the play clock. Darius Harris with a 5-yard pickup, and Pitt kind of in no man's land. We'll see what they do here. They will attempt a long, I believe, 49-yard field goal here.
This would be a career long if this goes in.
And they will continue to drain the play clock. And while that's going on, we're going to have a couple of seconds. So, Tony, we got another game tonight over on Twitch, Georgia and Ohio State. And here after this field goal, I will pick your brain a little bit and see what thoughts you've got on that one, as this one is up and the long field goal is good. So it's been a rough night for the kicking game for Rude, but he's able to put the 49-yarder through the uprights.
Yeah, missed a couple from, inside 40 and, wide left, wide right. But that one from nearly 50 managed to put through. What an effort.
And so 30-3 in this one, and I'll bring it back up, Tony. I'm going to put you on the spot. I don't know if you've got a lot of time to look through the other game tonight, but Georgia at Ohio State. Give me your thoughts on that one, as we got 2 minutes left here.
Well, I think Georgia and Ohio State is going to be really a battle for both programs. Georgia, got upset last week. Ohio State kind of got out as well. So it's kind of a game for the foundation of those programs. Georgia's the 2.5-point favorite. I think I actually like Ohio State in that one.
Well, again, Georgia dropped a tough game last week. Reese Donahue's still fighting, and it's a 21-yard pickup there. And there was a question about the Clemson tackle record in a game. It is 17, and I don't remember off the top of my head where Woods is sitting. I think he's around 15 or 16, so he's getting close, but we'll see if he gets another shot at it.
Yeah, that would be a fantastic achievement for Woods.
We'll see if Clemson even allows their defense back on the field. We'll see if they can get something going on offense with under 2 to go here in this one. And it's Duke Peterson, 5 yards on the carry. He's up to 28 yards. A lot of work, not a lot to show for it.
No, it isn't. A lot of individual efforts that haven't really gone the same way that Black and Leahy's have.
And throwing on 2nd and 5 underneath, complete. And Namora, he's done an outstanding job getting back to the football on some of these throws that have been in traffic. And again, maybe saving an interception right there.
Yeah, that's at least the second time we've seen that today, Nate. Did a great job earlier. You got to think if maybe that ball is thrown a little bit sooner or a little bit quicker, that could be a first down, but just has to settle for the 3rd and 1.
So 3rd and 1, and it's a very short one here. They're going to throw for it. Underneath, complete, and bouncing off of one defender is Duke Peterson. He's got 12, a first down, and Clemson on this last drive finally springing to life a little bit.
Yeah, they definitely are. We haven't seen that play all game. Maybe that's just because Pittsburgh's dropping a lot of defenders back deep. They don't want to give up a big play.
Looking for a big play here, and again forced to just dump it underneath to Namora. It's good for 6, and Clemson's still fighting. They're going to use a timeout.
Yeah, like to see this fight from the team. Wasn't so sure they would do it earlier, but here they are. Good job.
Trying to spread things out. 3 receivers now to the top of the screen. One stays in to block. Gunderson taking a shot inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line goes Bruce Roberson. 1st and goal, Tigers.
It's a great find by Gunderson. Has struggled tonight, but right there in the cover 2, good throw.
And And now 1st and goal from the 6, 44 seconds to go. They're going to run the football, and they have not had a ton of success with that. Duke Peterson loses 2 as Devin Rudisell with another tackle.
To 11 as well. I think Kyle Woods for Clemson is at about 13. So a defensive showdown between these two linebackers.
So 2nd and goal, 30 seconds and counting. Clemson looking to put a touchdown on the board. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver and then nearly intercepted.
Yeah, that would have been a crazy play if either the wide receiver or the safety caught that one. Would have been a top play, but unfortunately just falls incomplete.
The 3rd and goal now for Clemson. We'll see if they can convert. They haven't done well on 3rd down tonight. And again, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. And Gunderson, the victim of a few drops tonight. They will go for it on 4th and goal from the 9.
Yeah, have to go for it here. Love this fight. Pittsburgh might not give up a touchdown this game.
Big play for the Pitt defense, looking to not allow a touchdown for the night, and they will not. This one, a sack and a big play to close things out. Cristiano Valentine coming from the outside linebacker position, closing this one out for the Pitt defense.
Fantastic job by Valentine there, coming off the edge, making the play. What an incredible performance by this Pittsburgh defense. I don't think anybody was expecting that coming into this game.
And an offense's favorite play, victory formation and take the knee. Tony, that's going to wrap things up. I'm going to remind our viewers to fly on over to Twitch after we wrap this thing up. You got a great game. Notre Dame up 7, driving with about 4 minutes to go in that ball game. But Tony, help me wrap this thing up here on YouTube.
This was an incredible performance by the entire team of Pittsburgh. Great defense, incredible rushing attack by Black and Lehue. Clemson just couldn't get it going enough when it counted. Gunderson had a bit of a struggle today. Receivers dropped some footballs, couldn't get Peterson really going in the rushing game. Just a dominant performance really from Pittsburgh.
Once again, make sure you head on over. Notre Dame just scored. Head on over to Twitch to catch the end of that game. And with that, I'd like to say thank you to our associate producer, Austin Crow, our executive producer, Mike Peters, and of course, my broadcast partner, Tony Papel, for tonight's action. And on behalf of our entire broadcast crew, I'm Nate Murphy. You've been watching the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports here on YouTube. We're done on YouTube for tonight, but again, at 9 p.m. Central Time on Twitch, the final game of the week is the Georgia Bulldogs and the Ohio State Buckeyes. We'll see you soon, everyone.